In this video, we're going to be looking at the rules of Bidmas. Now, Bidmas is used throughout maths in a range of calculations, and we use Bidmas when we've got more than one operation. Now, an operation is add, subtract, multiply and divide, or indices, or brackets. So there are four different groups. The first group, the one that takes the priority over everything else, is brackets. If there's brackets within the question, you have to calculate those first. Then we've got indices. Now, indices are in group number 2, and indices are when we've got a square or a cube. In group 3, we've got divide and we've got multiply. Now, when we've got two calculations that are within group 3, you work left to right. You have to work from the beginning of the question through it. And then group 4 is addition and subtraction, and again in there you work left to right. Now, in this video we're going to have a few examples of different types of Bidmas questions that I'll talk you through. So in this first question you can see that there are two different calculations. We've got addition and subtraction. We know that addition is in group number 4. And we know that multiplication is in group number 3. Therefore, we do our multiplication first. So 7 times 3 we know is 21. Now that goes directly underneath the 7 times 3. And the 4 add, we haven't used yet, so we bring that down to our next level. So now I'm calculating 4 add 21. Which gives me an answer of 25. Now in this question, you can see again we've got two operations. We've got multiply and we've got divide. Now looking on our left here, we've got divide and multiply, and they are both within group number 3. So that means that we work left to right. So even though the D appears before the M, we start at the beginning and work our way through. So I'm going to calculate 12 multiplied by 2. 12 times 2 I know is 24. Now I haven't used divide by 3, so I'll bring that down to the next level. 24 divided by 3 I can then calculate as 8. So 8 is my final answer. Now this question is a little bit different. Again, there are two operations. However, I've got brackets in there. Now brackets are in group number 1. So I calculate the brackets first. So 7 add 4 I know is 11. And I bring down the 15, take away. I can then do 15 take away 11, which I know is 4. So the answer to that question is 4. Now in this question I've got 3 operations. I've got addition, I've got multiply, and I've also got 3 squared, which is an indices. Now indices is group number 2. So I'm going to calculate that first. 3 squared means 3 times 3. Which gives me an answer of 9. I'm going to bring down the rest of the question. So I've got 4 plus, and then multiplied by 5. Now looking at the groups here, I've got addition, which is group number 4, and multiply, which is group number 3. So I'm going to do 9 multiplied by 5. That gives me 45. And then bring down the 4 plus. So 4 add 45, I know is 49. Again, in this question, I've got 3 operations. Now I've got a pair of brackets, but within the brackets, I've got 2 operations. So I still follow the rules of brackets, the rules of Bidmas within the brackets. I've got indices and subtraction, so I calculate the indices first. So I know 5 squared is 25, as it's 5 times 5. And I bring down the rest of the question. Now I need to calculate 25 take away 15, which is 10. And I bring down the rest of the question again. So now I'm doing 12 take away 10, which gives me a final answer of 2. Now this one is slightly more complicated again. It's an extra step. We've got 2 sets of brackets. So if I've got 2 sets of brackets, I work out the first one, then I work out the second one. So 2 take away 5 gives me minus 3. The indices hasn't been used yet as it was outside the bracket. And then bring down the rest of the question. So now I've got another set of brackets that I need to work out. However, in the set of brackets, I've got 2 operations. I've got addition and I've got an indices. So I'm going to work out the indices first. So I've got 3 squared, which is 9. And I bring down the rest of the question. So I've got minus 3 squared. Add bracket 7 plus 9 and close the bracket. I now work out the whole bracket. So 7 plus 9 I know is 16. And I bring down the rest of the question. I've now got an indices, I've got addition. So the indices I work out first. Now your negative number knowledge is going to be tested here. We've got minus 3 squared. Now a minus times a minus is a positive. So minus 3 times minus 3 will give us 9. And we're adding 16 to that. And 9 add 16 gives us 25. And finally, a more complex question again. We've got brackets within brackets. So we start with the first bracket that we come to, which is 1 take away 6. That gives us minus 5. Again, the indices is outside the bracket, so I haven't used that yet. I then bring down the rest of the question. And we go to our second bracket. So 5 take away 8 is minus 3. So we've got minus 5 squared multiplied by minus 3 squared. Now within the brackets, I've got indices. So I've got minus 5 squared. Now minus 5 times minus 5 is 25. And we multiply that by minus 3 squared. Now I'll calculate the minus 3 squared. So that gives me 9. So I've got 25 multiplied by 9. And then square it. So 25 multiplied by 9 is 225. And then we would square that. Now 225 squared gives a total of 50,625.